Hey guys, so this is another update video. This time it's for Holmes, and we already spoke a lot about how good she is versus the Valor bosses and multi-target Valor bosses. However, I forgot to mention that you are able to actually straight out replace Dritha when you're fighting multi-target Valor bosses there. You just have to make sure you have heroes that raise damage dealt and things like that. Like with this team over here, the highest I was able to reach was like 50 million, but this guy was over 100 million, so that's pretty crazy. And no Idritha. That's the interesting thing. But remember that she's a multi-target hero, so in other words, you're gonna have to have a lot of targets to actually do a lot of damage with her. So for PvP, I found it interesting that she fits on a purple AOE team a lot. So she's gonna go off. She's gonna hit everybody in the enemy side, and she's gonna do a lot of damage. At +0, I did notice that um, versus Store, she's not very good because she's just gonna get blocked by his shields. So if you're gonna use her versus Thor, she has to be very upgraded, high ascension and all that. But in general, if you're just using her to power up Idritha, that's good as well, even at +0. And Idritha and Idritha can take care of Thor on her own, so that's really important to note. But anyway, this is some footage that I have on her being used on the attack in an AoE team, and surprisingly eliminating a lot of heroes that I would imagine that it would be difficult for a normal team to actually kill there.
Not ready for a fight yet.
Nowhere to run. Death follows.
The power of fire.
Death follows.
Not ready for not ready
Death
for a fight
follows.
yet.
Nowhere to run. Death follows.
The power of fire.
Dark magic.
Death follows. Death follows.
So yeah, very interesting. She goes off over and over and over again. And especially if she has her weapon, she's gonna do a lot of damage for sure. And if she's highly awakened as well. So speaking of awakenings, let's talk about her awakenings here. The main thing about her awakenings, it's the crit. The crit probability, because that's gonna make her weapon do a lot more damage. So the sweet spot for her, in my opinion, is the +3. Because the +3 is going to raise her crit a lot. A lot. So between these three, she's going to have 50% right out the bat. And her weapon, which is this one, is going to raise her critical damage by 100%. So if you If you notice by now, this weapon is very, very good. Her weapon on her own. I've been using it on Pearl. I've been using it on a bunch of different heroes, really, that need to do extra damage, and especially in red, there's a lot of crit there. So I got lucky to actually get the special effect of crit 10%. So if I ever get her to +4, I'm gonna add 60% crit. So that's incredible. Very, very lucky of me. So I definitely need to try to get her to +4. If not this time, then in the future there. So anyway, for Awakenings, I definitely recommend to get her to +3. This is gonna give her a lot of power. At +0, she's gonna have problems with Thor. And at +1, this ability is nice. It does do extra damage over the ones that she already does damage, and especially this one stacked here as well. So that's pretty cool. Very, very nice, and that 25% attack buff is pretty awesome. So I really do think this hero is really nice. So luckily I was able to get some footage of her on defense. I never expected her to be good on defense, but surprisingly enough, she is able to hold her own on defense in some situations. So, but you have to actually have a team that can actually protect her a little bit, and she does have to have like a defense weapon, like let's see, like Mildred's weapon here. Because since she's going to go off so many times, she is going to need that shield to protect herself on defense. So, alright, let me show you that footage now. Yeah, that's very interesting. When she goes off, it feels like a deed light damage there. So deed light damage is pretty much he goes off, everybody receives damage, and then another hero comes in and finishes the job, like Thor, like Palmyra, and things like that. So she's definitely worth noting if that's your strategy. She going off, doing a lot of damage, and then someone else coming in and killing heroes. So that's really important to know if you want to get her on defense, because she is a damage hero, but she'll be able to do nice amounts of damage there. So to sum up, I recommend getting to +3 for this hero. And do get her weapon. Her weapon is amazing. A lot of heroes use it. A lot. All the crit heroes, even Loki loves this weapon because he goes off and he's always going to crit and he's going to get 50% guaranteed every single time. So that's really, really nice. If you have her +0, don't use her again versus Thor, but you can still use her if you have Adretha to actually upgrade her mana. Or in other words, fill up her mana there. You know, that's the main use for her, filling up her mana over and over and over for Adretha there. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.